If you are in this building, and an enemy squad is making their way to the top floor, you can climb on this railing in this manner, and carefully make your way to this window. As soon as an enemy turns up, knock them out before they reach the terrace. They will be so confused, as no one would expect you to be peeking like this. If you spot an enemy camping in a building, the first thing most of us will do is throw a grenade. But sometimes, in the process of cooking the grenade, your enemy knocks you out instead. So the best way to stop this from happening, is to make sure you peek first, and then throw the grenade. Peeking keeps you behind cover, so the chances of you getting knocked out while cooking a grenade is very low. And you can kill your enemy, without him even knowing where you are hiding. Notice the difference between peeking first, and not peeking at all. PUBG Mobile gives you the ability to choose the default pickup limit, so that they meet your requirements. To change the pickup limit, head over to the settings screen, and press pickup. By default, the auto pickup limit of assault rifles is 180. If you have a favorite gun, you can increase the pickup limit to as high as 500. I would recommend you carry at least 2 grenades, 2 smoke grenades, and 1 Molotov cocktail, and if you don't like the stun grenade, you can keep the limit to 0. I would also recommend you don't carry the 3x scope, because throughout the match, you will probably find the 4x or the 6x scope. So carrying the 3x scope is kinda pointless, and it just takes up your backpack space. But don't forget, you can always tap the 3x scope to pick it up, just in case you don't have any other scopes. In war mode, an easy way to get a quick kill is by following your opponent. When you jump off the plane, use the I button to look above you, and find anyone else who has just jumped out of the plane. Notice an enemy, and just follow him to where he lands. As soon as your opponent lands, knock them out. There is no way your opponent will know that you are following them, and you will get an easy kill. Now, let's have one about the play zone. If the play zone is far, and there are no cars nearby, you might have to run a long distance, before you reach the safe zone, or before you find a vehicle. So, to reach the play zone faster, put your weapon away, and then sprint. You will travel much faster. If your enemy is far, always use single shots. This ensures you are accurate. At first, you will be tempted to burst fire, but remember, you might think your aim is accurate, but recoil is far too high when you burst fire at a long-ranged enemy. Single shots are much more effective for long-ranged shooting. Recoil can be hard to control, especially for players that don't use emulators, and for devices that don't support gyroscope. Notice how much recoil is generated when you shoot long-ranged enemies. Sometimes you will be surrounded by enemies, and the best thing to do is retreat. So, when you are sprinting away, be sure to use the I button to look out for enemies that could be aiming to snipe you from a distance. If that is the case, always move in zigzags. This drastically reduces the chances of getting shot. Now, here is a sneaky trick. Do you want to increase your rating with minimal effort? Well, I guess this one's for you. Enter a match, and simply don't leave the plane. The system is designed to automatically drop all the players that fail to leave the plane in the same place towards the end of the map. These are usually all the players that have left the match or have been disconnected. So, you have a few easy kills. However, you should be aware that sometimes other players may do the same thing. So always be prepared for a fist fight. If an enemy is camping in this red building, climb to the top of the garage in this manner. And jump through this window, and take your enemy by surprise. When you are one of the few people alive, and the map is quite small, you should always go prone. This will make sure your enemies don't spot you. However, if your enemy is on a hill, or on a mountain, you being prone does not mean your enemies can't spot you, in fact you make yourself an easy target. So, if you are near a mountain, or a hill, always take cover behind a tree, or a boulder. And never go prone in the grass, with your head sticking out. All that's needed is one headshot, and game over. Now, get ready for the best tip. Subscribe to Splendid Pro, because more incredible content is coming soon. And be sure to hit that like button.